What is up, my people? I am wearing the Die Harder shirt for a very special occasion today, an occasion I have been looking forward to. I was originally gonna do my next video on the new PS3 free-to-play game that came out for Japanese players, but you know, if you have a Japanese PSN account, you can get it. Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation. I've been working on a review for that, almost done, when today I was on the internet and I see if you have a copy of Dragon's Dogma, you can get the Resident Evil 6 demo, which my brother had, or brothers, they had split it. They love doing that for some reason. They had split a copy of Dragon's Dogma, so guess who got to play the Resident Evil 6 demo? And what do I think about it? The shirt says it all, motherfuckers. Alright. Honestly, I can very rarely think of a time where I have had such mixed opinions on a game. Not so much that, oh, it's a good game, but it's flawed in, like, you know, some aspects of the gameplay. The gameplay is actually very good. The gameplay is actually, you know, fun. But this is not fucking Resident Evil. Alright, let me give you a little bit of a clip of what the game is, pretty much.
Motherfucker, fucking
much it in an absolute nutshell. It's Rambo, it's Die Hard, it's jumping between buildings, it's everything you could ever possibly imagine, and it just lacks any sort of Resident Evil feel. Let's break it down because, you know, not all of you have access to the demo. Like I said, you need a copy of Dragon's Dogma. There's 3 portions, very short portions, mind you, maybe 10 minutes at the absolute most of the campaign. There's Leon, there's Chris, and there's Jake. Let's talk about Leon. Leon's is absolutely fucking boring. It's, I guess, like very, very early in the game. You know, the president was just shot in the head. No spoilers there because they showed that in pretty much every single trailer that Leon shoots the president in the head. And now you have to, like, escape pretty much with your partner, whatever the fuck their name is, I could care less. You play with a partner in each one, it's all co-op. You can only play online co-op, there's no split-screen co-op in the demo, which kind of is a disappointment to me because I actually wanted to play split-screen with my brother. I don't want to play with some crusty motherfucker I don't know online. Leon's portion is very boring. They tried to do, this is their very, very feeble attempt at trying to make the game all atmospheric. Oh, you're walking through the hallways, it's dark. Oh, shadow, what is it? You know, something moved. You gotta go see what it is. You spend, I would say, about 75% of the demo for Leon's portion of the campaign just walking around and you kill like 3 zombies and then it's over. And let's talk about these controls. Straight fucking action. There's a melee button now. Not like a combat knife. Like you actually have like karate kicks and stuff that you can do now. And you can do the typical dash and then the turnaround. But now you can dive on the ground too. So mind you, this is a Resident Evil game. You can dive, you can kick, you have tons of guns, tons of ammo, not so much in the Leon portion, but when I get to the Chris portion, that's when the shit just hits the fan. Tons of ammo, this is not a Resident Evil game, you can't be bringing this feeble, so just, oh well, there's not a lot here, so, oh, now it's scary. It's not scary because you're well equipped, you can move while shooting. The gameplay is very fluid. It's too fluid for a Resident Evil game, if you know what I mean. Not saying that the game should be clunky, like you get stuck on corners and like in the old ones. Although, mind you, that did add a bit of an element to the game. But, you know, times have changed, so I guess they're trying to as well. But you just are too quick, you're too good on your feet, you have melee, and there's like a little stamina bar that it's not like you can just do infinite karate kicks. except there's a little stamina bar that will deplete as you use the melee attacks. Usually it's like 2 to 3 hits to kill someone, depending on who you're playing as. But the Leon portion was just, I mean, I don't even know why give that portion of the game. I know you have to pick a portion early in the game, but you gave me a portion, you don't even really do anything. You kill 2 zombies and then it's over. 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Then we move on to Die Hard, Rambo City, the Chris campaign. First of all, the setup that they give you, like a little cutscene beforehand, is retarded because Chris is all of a sudden in the bar, like, oh, give me another drink, like he's some, his whole life has gone down this shitter. That's very symbolic for the game. Like, give me a few drinks and then maybe I'll really enjoy it and not give a shit about the fact that it's a Resident Evil game, or rather posing as a Resident Evil game. His is combat, combat, combat. I don't even know what's going on in this game, to be quite honest with you, because you got a machine gun, you got frag grenades, there's boxes everywhere, there's ammo galore, he's good with melee, you have partner, you have other AI guys who are like Bravo team members because he's on some sort of special squad or something like that, because it's all explained, it's not even worth explaining. And let's talk about the enemies. The enemies are these, I don't even know what the hell they are. They're not the Los Natos, or, they're not called Los Natos, but that's what we call them in the Diglio Let's Play, so that's what they will remain, is the Los Natos. I know that's not how you actually say it, but who gives a shit, like I said. And they have these masks, and they have guns and machetes now, and they're shooting at you, and like, I'll shoot them in the head, but then they'll transform into a monster. And they're like, there's either these like flying monsters, or like the ones that you've seen in like, especially 5, the ones that transform and have like the claw, or like the deformities and that sort of stuff. But when you kill them, they just disintegrate, and I just don't understand it. It's, why give the enemies weapons? I mean, I guess that's how you kind of, counteract the nice new fluid, being able to move and shoot and dive and run and do these melee attacks at will. You give the enemies weapons, but this isn't a Resident Evil game. It didn't feel like a Resident Evil game, especially the last portion of the Chris mini campaign demo, whatever the hell you want to call it, when you just have to fight waves of enemies for, a couple minutes or something like that, and then it's over. So first of all, they just picked the worst possible times to end the demo on. It's just like, nothing cliffhanger, nothing like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And it was just, not, I enjoyed it. It's fun. I know it's gonna be a game I'm gonna pick up and have a whole hell of a lot of time, hopefully Let's Playing with Diglio or something of that nature, but it just doesn't have any sort of feel. It just feels like an action game. And then let's talk about the Jake portion of the Jake, Wesker's son, I don't know. They're just pulling plot lines out of their assholes at this point. And you're with Sherry Birkin, and you have to fight this guy. He's like the Rock Taurus. I forget his name. He has some sort of weird name. I don't even care what it is. But he's just this big menacing guy with like this claw hand. Pretty much what the demo is for him is you run, it's like the boss, the boss portion of the demo. You always know every demo of these sort of games always has a boss portion, and pretty much what you do is you run away from them for a little bit. All you have is a handgun, mind you. And Jake seems to be a little bit more advanced with the melee. It doesn't take as many hits as it does with Chris or Leon. Like 2 at the absolute most will kill. And he's more athletic and stuff, and he has hand-to-hand combat. Who the hell knows? But all you do pretty much is just lead the guy around the stage where you can finally fight him and just kill him. And then that's the end of the demo. And it wasn't that hard of a boss battle. It was just, an issue of me trying to find ammo. Which is, you gotta kill, because there's other guys that come, whatever, I guess the Los Natos or whatever the hell you want to call them, I don't know. The other enemies, I'll kill them and get some more handgun ammo, and I killed the guy rather easy. End of the demo. And my impressions, like I said, I have such mixed feelings because I want to like this game. It's fluid, it controls well, it's gonna be a really fun game to co-op, but that's not Resident Evil. You know what's Resident Evil? The remake on GameCube, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Code Veronica. Hell, I'll even give you Resident Evil 4 because that still had some elements of classic Resident Evil. You can't, I mean, where did they go, you know? Not to think so far ahead in the future, but what about Resident Evil 7? Are you just going to keep continually bringing back the co-op? I mean, I liked the co-op. The co-op was fun. You know, that's the one reason I'm getting this game. If there was no co-op for some hypothetical reason, I would probably not pick up Resident Evil 6. It's a solid demo. I'm not saying gameplay-wise, like, it's terrible. And I mean, there's the option of you can play either online with someone or solo. I did it solo because the AI in Resident Evil 5 for Shiva or whatever her name is, Sheva, that's her name, was fucking horrible. And the AI, they definitely improved on it. I mean, it wasn't always good. It kind of made a few dumb decisions here and there, but that's Capcom, you know, they're always kind of making dumb decisions here and there, so it kind of fits in a little bit well. But I don't see why you need to call this a Resident Evil game, aside from the fact to, you know, sell based on name alone, because a lot of people were picking this up just because it's a Resident Evil game, but they are just pulling plot lines from any sort of given, oh, well, now Wesker has a son, we never talked about it in, you know, a million games, but oh, he's got a son now, and yeah, Chris is drinking at the bar. I want to be drinking at the bar right now, because this demo is subpar at best, I'd say. It's a good, like I said, gameplay, they've very much improved upon it, but it's way too much action, it's way too high adrenaline. They're not fooling me with this cheap, like, oh, just because it's dark and there aren't too many guys around, that makes it, you know, oh, it's a scary, atmospheric game now. No. I'm sorry, I'll get it. I will definitely get it. Like I said, it's not a bad game. I know I'm going to get some comments. Well, it's not a bad game. You said it was a bad... I said gameplay-wise, it is solid. But this is not Resident Evil, people. And this is, you know, I don't think I've ever seen a game series, such an established game series, take such a, you know, a south turn. Aside from Final Fantasy, but that's, you know, that's reserved for a different video entirely. This is just, you know... I don't know. I'm just as a very dedicated fan of Resident Evil, and having played pretty much every goddamn Resident Evil game out there, Outbreak, Dead Aim, Survivor, you know, all the shitty ones. I've played them all, and to come to this and see how the series has changed so drastically, it's just, you know, as a longtime fan of Resident Evil, it's disappointing. But like I said, I will probably be getting the final game when it is released, and hopefully doing another Let's Play with Mr. Diglio, but only time can tell. Well, it was a short demo, but I just figured I'd give you my impressions, because I'm sure a few of you were wondering what the hell I was thinking. And that's pretty much it. The Mobile Suit Gundam review will be coming, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.